Alright, what's up, guys? Well, first podcast, so we'll see how it fucking goes, but yeah, I mean, basically, I'm gonna be uploading every Monday around, 7 a.m. Could be later. I got my friend helping me out edit, so it's gonna be a working process, but be putting content out every week. But just gonna let you know, we're gonna dive into the mysteries of my life, what I've been doing, what I've been dealing with. A lot to talk about. I sit there, I talk to, people all day. I talk to my coworkers all the time. But I don't feel like I can get out there, and I never feel like I can have a conversation that I want to have, necessarily. I don't know if that makes sense, but you ever have a conversation with someone and it's just like, or one day you just feel like talking, and then you're trying to talk about a subject, and then they take the conversation in a whole different direction, but you still want to have a conversation with someone or talk about some shit, so you just kind of keep going. You're like, man, dude, this is not what I wanted to talk about. This is not what I wanted to do. So it's not frustrating, but can be antsy or anxiety prone, I guess. Just like, yeah, get to your point. I want to get to what I really wanted to talk about. I know it's a little selfish, but now that I have now that I'm starting this podcast, I'll be able to get out stuff that I want to talk about, or maybe just even listen to the things you guys want to talk about. So it's really helping me out. I think, and in the long run, I think it'll be good for everyone. To find out a little bit more about Mr. Hamill. And that's where the podcast name stems from. The Hamtastic Podcast. Getting real high, and I'm somewhere in Wisconsin, probably back of a car, because that's where we typically like to smoke. We didn't have anywhere to go, but it was a tough time trying to find out where we could even go smoke. The car was usually the best place, so getting high with all my friends one day, just weed, no crack. And thinking of like superhero names, and I was like, my name would be, I'm thinking of like what, rhyme, what I could bring from my personality into a name. And I came up with, fantastic, Hamtastic Tea. So we're going with the Hamtastic Podcast. Welcome to the Hamtastic Podcast. So there it is for you guys. Let's kind of dive into what I want to talk about today. So I thought for this first episode I'd share it, the story of when I first moved to Colorado almost 6 years ago, and how that kind of started. I don't really share too much with a lot of people, but I do enjoy talking about myself. I don't hold myself higher on a scale of like, oh, I deserve that. He shouldn't have that. I deserve that. But everything I go through, I feel like makes me tougher, and I feel like my work ethic holds and shows what I am as far as a hardworking person, and I care. But I don't think I deserve anything that happens to me. But definitely a lot of bad luck for sure. Not a lot of good luck, but you win some, you lose a lot. You don't win a lot, but you lose some, you lose a lot, win a little bit. So It's about, I'm 19 years old. I'm living with my friend Bronson. We got the hangout spot in Wisconsin. It was the first place after everybody got out of high school that we hung around with like constantly. And we had the first spot. It was Bronson's parents' house that they rented out to us while they moved away up north. And I was working my ski school job and working at the Baraboo Hills campground, and it's a good time. Honestly, I was going to school at UW. I got accepted at UW Madison. I held that secret for a while. Wanted to prove people that a stoner snowboarder could get into UW Madison. They couldn't. But I didn't want to tell anybody. I wanted to hold that for like myself. I didn't even tell my mom until like a couple years later, because it wasn't important at that point. We didn't have the money for me to go. We had enough money for one kid to go to school, and that was my sister. Sucks being born last, but what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, we got the hangout spot in Wisconsin, and I'm going to school at MATC Community College. Pretty dope time. Met some good people. I'm going for recreational business management. I want to do like running my own ski school, that type of stuff. I'm already assistant manager at the ski school I'm working at the time, so going in the right direction. Then I applied for a teaching job out in Colorado at Breckenridge. I was like thinking, all the older instructors at my resort in Wisconsin, small little hill. You got 400 feet, that's the highest you be going. Longer on the chairlift than you were on the runs. But we're going, hanging out there, and all the other older instructors were like, oh, they're all party towns. No matter where you go, you'll have a good time. So I was like, fuck it. Dude, let's go to Breckenridge. I've always heard dope things. Looks cool. So I apply for it. Get a call back. They're like, yeah, you got the job, essentially, after 2 phone interviews. So I asked my professor. I was like, for my main course, what should I do? What's going to be the best course of action? She said, I'd take the job. You've already got 5 years of experience teaching, and you're only 19. They're going to love you out there. They're going to take advantage of you. You're a hard worker. So I was like, sick. I can finally go out there and do something that I wanted to do. It was nice. I felt accomplished at that point. I didn't feel like I was wasting anything by taking this move. I felt like I was gaining something. I felt happy for myself. I was like, man, big step. I'm about to go to Colorado. I'm about to leave this town that I've been in since 6th grade, and then kind of say peace out to all my friends. So it's definitely wild kind of process. So packed my stuff up, and I was happy to kind of get out of that house. It was a good time, but we were kids. At one point when I left, no one was doing the dishes, so dishes got so gross to a point they just threw them away and bought new dishes. It got to the point where you did not even want to try to clean it. They just said fuck it and just threw them away and bought new ones. At least they bought new ones. But it was nice to be out. That town ain't got nothing going for itself. Respect all the people there, in a way, but for me, that town wasn't anything that I enjoyed. It was, get out of your hometown, get out of the small town. Go for somewhere cooler, bigger, more people. That's my dog Chaco, if you're wondering. That guy. He's about 3. He's a Great Pyrenees Mastiff. I know people are gonna be, who you gonna do? Who can do anything? Can I pay your dog? Yes. He's friendly. Have you seen that face? But yeah, so moving to Colorado. Yeah, so I got the job, and asked my buddy, and was like, yo, my buddy Tom Carls. It's like, yo, let's go out there with me, man. We'll get employee housing. We fucking leave this place. He was like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's fucking do it. So we dipped out, packed, me, my mom, and Tom packed my Chevy Cobalt to the brim. It was full. It was like I'd eat 20 tacos full. Like, I'm not moving. Nobody's fitting in. No hitchhikers, nobody. And it was great because my mom took an Adderall because I was prescribed from the age of 4 to 18, and so I gave her one of my Adderalls that I had left still from my prescription. Stopped taking them because I'm not in school anymore. Don't need them. Gonna be myself. And that girl drove the whole way, about 13 hours to Denver. She drove the whole way. Champion status. Like, I would have taken over to drive. She just kept chugging along. She's not saying anything, and then I'd be passed out. Tom would fall asleep. We'd switch. I'd go in the back seat. He'd go out in the front. So, get all the way to Colorado. Hang out there in the apartment. I'm 19. I can't go buy weed, but weed's legal. It's like, Mom, we'll buy me some weed. Come on. It's legal here. We won't smoke in the hotel. We'll just roll up and then we'll go outside. So, I don't know what prices are. I tell her to get me a half-eighth. She comes back with some headband. She's like, the amount you told me seems so little, so I got you an eighth. I was like, fuck, alright, sick. So we went out, rolled up in the hotel, and then went out, smoked it outside. We felt freedom. A good sense of, Me and my buddy were out there, high as a kite. That weed lasted us for a good, an eighth, man, two people. About a week. It was nice. Didn't have to worry about it. Didn't have to worry about it being on my person. If a cop came back in my rear view, no looking up like, oh God, he's behind me. I'm done. But it was nice. Nice time to relax. Next day, it was all go moves. All on go. I went up to the mountains. Did my fit to ride. They do a little exam, make sure you can pick a kid up, you can stay standing for a while, yada yada, do push-ups. They're like, oh, your knee is loose. And I had previously torn my ACL, MCL, and my meniscus playing basketball when I was 16, 17. Oh, your knee's loose. We want to get you checked out before we clear you. I'm like, alright, yeah, for sure. I've been snowboarding on it just fine. I wear a knee brace and I'm good. So we leave the mountains. It just starts dumping snow. We turn on the radio as we're driving on I-70. Do not drive into the foothills unless you really have to. Everybody in the car looked at each other and was like, well, we're already on the road. And this is a 2007, 2005 Chevy Cobalt with no snow tires on it, and it is dumping. I don't know if any of you guys ever drove I-70 with no snow tires, and dumping snow, but it is not fun. Almost got stuck too many times. Finally get back to the hotel. It's chill. Smoke a little weed. Pass out. Leave the next day to go up into the mountains and be up there. Leave my mom behind. She's crying. Me and Tom go stay in Fairplay. That's where we're going to be for the next couple weeks. Fairplay at a motel. Because we didn't have employee housing yet. We get this whole motel next to this barbecue place. And there is nothing in Fairplay. I thought my town in Wisconsin was small. This place was small. They had the high school and the elementary school combined. That's how small it was. I only seen like one town of Lodi in Wisconsin like that for me. And I was like, damn, dude, there ain't nobody in this town. There was a Pizza Hut at that time. It's closed now. But, we'd go there to eat. And I'd ask the lady helping us, what's there to do around this town when you're not snowboarding? She looked at me. She's like, how old are you? I was like, I'm 19. She's like, huh? Nothing for you, hun. Damn. Look at Tom. He's like, man, what the fuck we gonna do? He's like, man, just get high and watch TV, man. We are out here. So, it's pretty much what we did. Get into our hotel room. I had an Xbox. Well, come to find out that the TV doesn't have an HDMI. I have an Xbox One. It don't take anything other than an HDMI. So that's out of the question. Not even watching Netflix on it or anything. So that's out of the question. So it's Cartoon Network for days. We were watching trippy ass kid show like Uncle Grandpa, where it's this dude, he's everybody's grandpa. Everybody in the world's grandpa. What kind of weird ass kid show like this shit? It had a character called Realistic Flying Tiger. There's some acid high ass shit. If I've ever seen anything, you just watch that. So we get in. It's whatever. Our beds are separate. He takes the one closest to the door. I take the one closest by the bathroom. I'm sitting there laying in bed, for our first night. And then I just look up. Big ass crack in the ceiling, just right down the middle. Right down the middle of the ceiling. And I'm just like, what in... Like, yo, Tom, how come I chose the bed with a big ass crack in the middle? And he's like, damn, that sucks. Well, at least if it falls, I might be more safe than you. So, yeah, I was like, yeah, whatever. So that was the first step of our problems. Next step, we didn't have anything to really cook food. That town just had a Pizza Hut and a Subway. You can eat that a lot of times, but when you get off work from the mountain at like 4, you get back and those places are closed. You just got a grocery store. Well, we had a microwave. It didn't spin though. Didn't spin. So our bright idea were, microwave that doesn't spin. Hot Pockets and Campbell's Chunky. Like 2 things that you would want the microwave to spin on. This doesn't spin. And so half your food's cold. I can't even explain how difficult it was eating Hot Pockets. But that was me and homie's thing. It was me and him against the world out in Fairplay, Colorado. We didn't care what we were doing. It was just me and him having a good time. Just smoking a little weed. We kept, we'd be paranoid. Trying not to get caught by parents. Mine eventually caved and said, fuck it, you and your friends can smoke in the garage, just open it up when you're done. So my place was dope. I had the dope mom. She'd buy me alcohol and let me smoke weed. Sick. But no, it was a good time. It was a good time for sure. Wouldn't change it for the world. Let's go on to number 3 of things to go wrong for Tanner. Well, I go get my knee checked out in Frisco, which is about 12 minutes away from Breck, counted. And she get done. She's like, your knee is way too loose. You got an MRI and everything. She's like, you had a bucket hand tear in your meniscus and you never got surgery. That's like the worst tear you can get without ripping it in half. And I'm like, just sitting there like, so can I teach? She's like, no, I'm not clearing you. I'm not going to clear you. You're going to ruin your knee. You are going to ruin your knee. It's like, what? You telling me I just drove 16 hours for someone to tell me no? Crazy. So what did that do for us? No job for me. No employee housing for me or Tom. Paying more money to stay in the fucking hotel with the fucking non-spinning microwave. It's like, dude, what the fuck am I gonna do? Start looking for jobs. Start hoping. They call me back. Hey, so we know you can't teach, but we know you got experience selling lessons. Would you do that? And I was like, yes, anything. Because Tom already had a job. He got hired on at lift ops, running the lifts on the mountain, making sure people are safe when they slap their hind down, going on up. But he got a job doing that. But those are like the first spots to get filled for employee housing, and the ones that usually stay filled. So shit out of luck there. Nothing to do about that. So we go. It's like, man. So I go and get my job. I go get a job selling lessons at a window. So I'm at a window all day now. I've spent the last 6 years working outside, teaching lessons, snowboarding, to being inside a little small window. Trying to do a speakerphone. No, the kids' lesson. Fucking bogus. Didn't hate it. I met this girl. She was fine as hell, cute as hell. She was in the army. And I'll tell you what. She had that army ass. Say, not one, not two, let me get some help, handful ass. Real cute. I was shaving too. Had ponytail hair. And so I met and lead me on to meeting another good fella by the name of Nick. Nick was a person I looked up to very much when I first moved there. He taught me the ropes. They also told me when I moved there that I'd sleep with a fat chick and get a DUI, then I'd become a local. I didn't want any of those. No. No. But yeah, so I'm selling lessons. Still in that shitty hotel room. We're driving 30 minutes. We don't know anybody. We're 19. We can't go out and drink. We can't go to the bars. So we get out of work and we just go back home. Hang out with anybody. Well, I had a coworker come in one day. He's like, man, I gotta find a roommate in 3 days or I'm gonna get evicted. Me, I need somewhere to stay. Hell yeah, do you have the money? I need like $750, $700. Yeah, got it. I was like, yo, but I got my homie. Do you have another room for him? Yeah, we got another room. I was like, for sure, because I can't move. I'm not moving in without him. Like, not moving in without my guy. I'm not doing it. So, I was like, yeah, not doing it, my guy. He's like, okay, yeah, y'all both can move in. Sick. Did it. Secured a job. Secured a place to live. They were, interesting couple. Dude and his girl. Wild time living up there. We lived up on a mountain. We gave me the address. Driving up, kept going up. Like, damn, dude. Well, where are we about to live, my guy? Me and him, getting excited. I'm driving up like, yeah, look at all these mountains. These mountain houses. See the whole town of Breckenridge. Feeling like a king. Looking down on the peasants. Hello! But finally get to the spot. Dope little place. Some townhomes. Condos type deal. More condos than a townhome. Because it's like a 3-bedroom and a loft. We walk in there. First thing I see. Spiral staircase. Always wanted one of those. It's like, yep. Don't show me anything else. I'll sleep on the stairs. Just give me the spiral staircase. No, so it was pretty dope. They had a dog named Gypsy. Yeah. A little rescue dog. They found on a dock when they were in Florida. So we lived with that and 3 cats. Dope animals. Gypsy got out from time to time. She was a rescue, so she would freak out, shit in the house sometimes. Cats were fine though. Cats would hide. But it was a good time. It was a really good time there. Interesting to say the least, though. Didn't really get too much interesting until summertime. That is where I met the group of friends that I would be connected to the hip for the next 4.5 years. Harrison, Nick, Spencer, Jack, Chris Spencer. I said his last name. His first name's Chris. Yeah, Jack, Harrison, Nick, Chris, and me. Yeah, it was just us chilling. They lived in employee housing, so our first day of work, working on the mountain, working in the summertime, where they had like bungee trampolines and rock walls, scenic chairlift rides. First day, interesting. That whole kind of first little group of people. Dana, another dude named Tom. Yeah, and then Katie. Yeah, it was a good time. We had a blast that summer. We did a lot. We worked a lot. I worked my ass off. I made a $900 check off $9 an hour. I made $9 an hour. My rent was $750. That was just rent. My phone bill was like $146. There goes all my fucking money. There it goes. I bought a t-shirt and a video game for myself that year. A video game and a t-shirt. Well, I went half and half on the video game with my friend Tom. Other than that, I had my bills paid. I had bud, food, whatever. Milk. I'm a strong milk guy. You will come to learn that. But yeah, I didn't really have a lot. I mean, but it was a good time. I didn't need a lot up there. You don't need too much when you're up there. You wanna get by on, on the little money you're making, but you also want to have fun. But there's so much to do out there, like on that mountain in the summertime especially. There's a lot to do, especially when you're new to it all. The summer frees it up for you to go do everything, without the limiting snow. So that first day, it just starts downpouring at the bus stop. We're at the bus stop. Harrison chimes in. Harrison was, he was giving us nicknames right away. I could tell, it was a different type of alpha, he was. It was an alpha move to break tensions in ice. A people person. He'd be a good negotiator. We're gonna have him do that. But he, breaking the ice for everyone. So we're sitting at the bus stop. Everybody's huddled underneath it because it's just pouring. Think about just rain. It's like, think about how much snow we get in the wintertime. Now it's just hot. Now the shit will just all turn into just to water. Just drenching. Tsunami. Damn Hurricane Katrina. Some days. But yeah, he pipes in. Anybody want to smoke? Or does anybody smoke? I was like, hell yeah. I ain't got shit to do. I ain't doing anything. Let's go. So we all crammed down. He had a little white car. Then I had my car. We all bust down, follow everybody down to their place. We all hang out and smoke. These were a good group of guys. We all had our head on our shoulders. We all wanted to be out there. Chris was a mad scientist of a fellow. He could grow soybeans in salt water. He figured out how to do that. Smart man. Harrison had the car knowledge. Nick was a wrestler. Jack was jack of all trades. That man knew a bunch, had a bunch of fucking just equipment, tents, sleeping pads, you name it. Fucking turn a bungee into like a hammock. Damn kid turn a stick into a full-blown Swiss Army knife. But yeah, we threw toga parties, all a bunch of stuff, all a bunch of stuff you'd expect at 19. We were in the shits, everybody together. We had our shitty days, we had the great days. I'd let people on to the putt-putt course for free. Sometimes they'd tip me like money. We had a thing on the bungee trampolines where we'd see how high we could just launch kids. Just like, you want to go high? Like, crank it, get tension on that thing. Lower that controller all the way down, just yanking them. Hold them down there and just fling them. It's like, I don't know if you guys ever held like insects out the window when you're driving. Grasshoppers or fly and just holding it to a point to where either you just let go or their little fragile leg breaks and It's like that, but with children. And safety equipment harnessed in, just launching them into the sky about 20 feet. Some would cry. Parents would love it, though. I'd talk in an accent for the whole day, or for the whole time on the trampoline. People thought I was like from a different country. And then I step off and then just talk normal. People were just like, but what? People didn't know what to think of it. I was weird. I'm still weird. I had fun with it. You know? No one ever got like drunk or anything, fucked around at work. It was good. We got high. We'd all get high. And, John Euclid was there too. My man. I got like two pictures on Facebook. 2 different years. We're all in blue. That's the gang. When we in that blue uniform, when we had the shitty ass name tag, that was the gang. That was the team. Straight slappers on that crew. Getting it done. But I remember one time they had their hammock. Jack had his hammock up on the porch. And this was pretty dramatic for everybody. So on the porch, or on the balcony of these employee housings, had these triangle wood pieces to like hold, like support beams. Come out, down, up, like down. It's like a triangle. Fuck it. Nar major. Don't hate me. Tied the hammock up to it. Sat down on it. And I forget where I'm at, but he sits down on it. As soon as he sits, the fucking thing rips out the ground. Hits the railing. And then just smashes into his face. Dude, that motherfucker broke his jaw, shattered his cheekbone, and dislocated his jaw, shattered his cheekbone and eye socket. Motherfucker with blood everywhere. I was not there, but it was like they gutted a damn pig on the balcony and then dragged it to the house like a horror film. Like that pig owed somebody money in the mob. But his face got reconstructed into the $300 man's face. I tell you what, if Jack ever gets into a fight, someone tries to punch his fucking face, they gonna break their hand. That motherfucker got metal. Iron Man 2.0. He got metal in his face. Crunch fingers. Crunched. Bink, bink, bink. He'll eat all them punches. But we had a good time. It's sad though when you're working at a job though, and like people are in college and you're working with them, and one by one they go back home or start to go to college and they leave, and then next year you got a new group of people, fresh faces. But it's a wild time up there, man. You got a lot of carefree people, a lot of drugs, a lot of music out in Colorado, a lot of snow. Yeah, it's a small town though up in Bragg. It's like 5 dudes for 1 girl. So that's why my friend was like, "You'll sleep with a fat chick. You'll get desperate. You'll get desperate and want to sleep with a little bit more meat on her bones. Extra cushion for the pushing," they say. But nah, never happened. Never happened. Never got DUI. I got an OWI for being high in Wisconsin, but no, never got DUI in Colorado. Was never with someone bigger than me. It's not a bad thing, but everybody's got their preference. Everybody's got something to tickle their fancy. And if you don't do it for me, I'm not gonna hate you for it or body shame you for being like that. but it's just not for me. You're not gonna get things going down there without a Viagra or a Blue Chew. It's just not gonna happen. Not sponsored by any of those, though. Unless they want to. Nah, I'm kidding. I'd have a commercial break for sponsors. It's just me. It's just me so far. Till we start racking up them ears listening. Or them eyes watching. Put on the subtitles. But, yeah, no, Breck's a wild place. It's definitely learned a lot. Moved up there at 19. So definitely had a lot to learn. Worked hard. Wasn't easy though. Nah, me and Tom didn't have anywhere to go for the first little bit when we didn't get employee housing. When we got out of that apartment, we slept in my car. We packed everything in my Chevy Cobalt. 2 dudes in a Chevy Cobalt. No room to really even lean back your seat. Nowhere to stay. This is in late February, early March. Where I'm from, it's starting to get springtime around then. Not in Colorado. No. We were still getting snow. We were still getting dumped on. So it was cold. I had to leave the car on so we wouldn't freeze to death, but didn't get too hot or we'd run out of gas. Man, I woke up one night with my foot on the gas, but I had a dream I was racing. I was a NASCAR racer. I was going around them corners, passing people. Woke up, my fucking foot on the gas. Oh shit! Flip it off. Thomas woke up and he's like, huh? What happened? I was like, nah, man, go back to sleep. We all good. We good. Who knows if I would have fucking fucked up my car and then we would have had no car, all our shit in it in the middle of the night. Would have been over. Game over. Game over, bud. So it's not easy, but no, I got tested a few times. Definitely got tested a few times. I was having this conversation with one of my coworkers. I was telling her I look at life really realistically, like really realistically. I'm agnostic. I don't believe in the higher power. I believe in is myself. I believe I have the power to change my life, to make it what it is. At the end of it, we'll see. A lot of people, like Theo Vaughn said, a lot of people believe in something because that's what they want to happen. They want there to be a heaven. They don't want to just be nothing, so they believe it. For me, like I said, we'll see when we see, whenever that time comes. Hope it's not soon, but if it is, let it rip. But no, yeah, look at life really realistically. I don't believe in like karma necessarily, because a man could go his whole life helping people and not get a dime, not get noticed. No one will remember that dude's name. Just that friendly postman that delivered the mail. That was it. Now, he may have made a few instances where he could have changed someone's life or done something. But you don't get anything out of being nice to someone that you don't know, or that you're not around constantly, or that's not in your corner. But with that being said, you don't get anything from being mean to anyone. You gotta stay Switzerland until the time's right, or until that person's in your life. If they give you a reason to hate them, dislike them, I'd say, then yeah, now you get a reason. You get a reason to be nice to someone. It's nice to spread random acts of kindness. but only when you don't cripple yourself. You don't ever need to set yourself up to leave yourself with nothing. You can help as many people in your life, but if you're not eating or you can't buy medication, then then who you really care about? You need to take a step away and be like, I need to stop trying to help people. I need to help myself, mentally and physically. I need that 6-packs down in my stomach, and I need them 6-packs up here. Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay mentally strong. And she asked me why I thought of everything or why I don't care. Now, running on joke. That's gonna be a running on joke. Famous words of Earl Sweatshirt. Don't care. I just don't. But in reality, I care. It's just not the way some people want me to. Politics. I can have an opinion, but I choose to stay out of them. The government doesn't control my life. I can ultimately go do what I want to do whenever I want. Doesn't mean it's going to be morally right to do whatever you want. Doesn't mean you're not going to be breaking any laws or suffer any consequences from doing whatever you want. But I don't let them dictate me. I also live a life to where I enjoy the things I have, and the government doesn't control those things that I have. What I can put out on social media, yada yada. Man, I could be writing damn letters and spreading across town a message if I wanted to. If I wanted to spread a message or do something with my time, get my thoughts out, I could write letters and print them all around town. It's a lot harder to take down, than just being on the web. But a lot of stuff doesn't bother me too much. I love comedy. I love animals. I'm a people person too, but I try to get along with everybody. But being diagnosed with stomach cancer, it's a curse and a blessing. Watching a podcast with Theo Vaughn, and he was like, a person said, you got a watch, or you got a countdown. People with cancer, a dying illness, they have a countdown of, that's when I'm gonna punch my clock. So they're not afraid to do the stuff they want to do anymore. They're not afraid to ask that person out, try that food, get that piercing, get tattoos, try that new haircut. While someone that doesn't necessarily have a clock or a time, they may like you said, might be too scared to try the things they want. So I mean, another thing in my life, and I have a lot of bad things that happen to me. They're not terrible, but I definitely work my ass off and slowly gaining the things. Definitely feel like I should have more for how much I've worked and put into things and how much I've helped people, but that's alright. Gotta keep moving on. But I can have an opinion on something and complain about it for hours, but then I could table it and not think about it for the rest of the day. Leave work, go home, not think about it. The conversation was to deal with OnlyFans, but it's not gonna. You had an OnlyFans account. and she, on a podcast, and she said she withdrew 3.2 million, I think it was, in one withdrawal. So one take up, she 3.2 million. And Bella or whatever, and she, like, you know, people are into whatever they want to be into, but for the content you're getting out of her, you can find it all over the internet for free. I don't know if it's the satisfaction of it's a person that you have a more direct contact of knowing, or you have a more, yes, it's this person, like, they're there, they like do this stuff. It's not just an like a porno, like an act, like she's doing this stuff. She may be like this, you know. It's like, I like how some people say, porn stars aren't realistic. Some dude may be like, she doing stuff right in front of me, live. It's not an act, right? They may not think it's an act. They may be paying for someone they think is they're like that, you know. So maybe it's more of a sexual appeal. But for how much stuff is free on the internet, you would think that people would avoid paying it and then just use a service that was free. Teach their own, you know, like I said before. But it's always a thought in my head. It's like, why pay for that service? The internet's free. It's free. My game's never been weak. I'm not a ladies guy. I don't get a lot of chicks, or try to even. But like, I've never been the one to want to pay for services or pay for subscriptions, pay for a prostitute. I did pay to go at a strip club, see this girl that I thought was going to be intimate with, because you know, we were living up in the Summit County together, you know, not together in the same house, but you know, she was out there. She had been a stripper before, moved out there, and then copper, and then stopped being one, and then moved away, moved back, and became a stripper down in Denver. You know, I always liked her, and then I was like, always had a strong just attraction to her. I don't know if it was the tattoos or what, or just the attitude, but was just strongly attracted. It's like, man, give another shot. You know, dudes will spend countless money on a date or whatever. You know, I'll go see her, I'll go throw her some money at work while she's working. Fuck. Never been to a strip club even. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go inside the strip club, I'm gonna throw money for the first time at a girl that I know, that I'm probably gonna be seeing after she leaves work and I meet her at her house. Do that, and done happen, you know. And it wasn't like, yeah, I'm gonna get laid, I'm gonna give me some action. It was, I get to connect with this girl on a different level, like I've been wanting to. And it just didn't happen. Felt used, you know. And definitely got used, you know. I ain't afraid. I spent some money on that chick. Dropped some money. But oh well. You live, you learn. I didn't die. She's not dead. I don't know what she's doing. Blocked me on everything. But, like, it was my fault. Like, I did something wrong. It was like, I just told her how it was. I think she was more into my money than into me. Wanted my attention from my money. And that's, you know, that can be a thing with strippers. They can definitely do that. But not all are terrible. You know, met some strippers that were nice, you know. Got out of it. Did other things, you know. got that bag, got that money. Ain't downplaying it. I'd love to work at Chippendales. I'd love to shake my thing and get money tossed to me, but I don't see that being a career for me. Don't look the best. Especially get that pencil sharpener I got. I got new teeth on the way, though. New teeth coming soon. Same with the album. But yeah, it's... You live, you learn. You got a lot of lessons to learn in life. Definitely when I moved here. Met a lot of people. Can't say that I would regret it, though. Definitely can't say I would regret it. Kind of last track where I got into that. Help if I had another person, or if my dog could talk, but that ain't happening. Gonna be trying having some guests come up on the show, though. I'm gonna try to get a better camera. Make it clear for y'all at home. Maybe get a better microphone so you can hear me better. Is my voice soothing or no? But your boy took a shower, about to work out a little bit, make some pizza, watch a little bit of TV, just hang out for the rest of the night, take it easy, got the weekend off, gotta go in from 8 to 11 tomorrow, but, gonna get it done, gonna get in that old time. But yeah, gonna try to have guests. Gonna try to collab with other podcasts. But yeah, I'm gonna be dropping some people to go follow. I'm gonna be dropping this on Spotify, Apple Music, well, Apple platforms, I would say, YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. The best thing you can do for me, sit there, give me a chance, give me a listen, show your friends. Make sure you subscribe, like I said. Make sure you like. I got some music that I'm going to be throwing in at the end of every podcast. My buddy makes beats. I'm gonna be throwing his SoundCloud in at the on the videos. But each podcast is going to have a different beat at the end of it. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting that his SoundCloud, and so, but yeah, each podcast is gonna have a different ending song, but that intro is gonna stay solid. It's gonna stay true, and it's gonna be popping. But I think that we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit. Keep losing my train of thought. Worked a decent amount today. Didn't get to drink all my energy drink. I'm not exactly focused. Before I start rambling on, start getting into what I ate for lunch yesterday. Very specific things that don't matter at all, that you don't want to hear. Like what my socks smell like. Just weird shit. But yeah, hope to see you guys on the next upcoming video. I hope you listen to the whole thing. I hope it's listenable. Hope it's entertaining for your ear holes. Hopefully have a different backdrop coming up soon, but you know how it is. something new changing for me every day for Mr. Hamill. But until then, y'all, yes, I say y'all, born in Texas, I'ma keep saying it. Stay frosty. Drop hot. You ain't cold. And most importantly, all, I don't care. I just don't care. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Hamtastic Podcast. Yeah!